Welcome to Everything Arsenal. I mean, it's really only 7 days since we last played a game, but it does feel like a whole 4 or 5 months because of all the postponed games. Obviously, we didn't play against Everton and we didn't get to play against PSV, back to back home games that were postponed. But we finally are back in action, but only for this weekend, and then there will be another 2 week international break. I really wanted us to play against Everton last week just to bounce back from the Man United game, but that Man United loss is still the last game that we played. But we have a chance to make that right this weekend and stay top of the table in our match against Brentford. Not going to be easy. Brentford is a very, very tough team. There's a couple of reasons why I'm also not like 100% confident in this game because they're very good. One, remember the last time we went to Brentford? It was an absolute chaos. I prefer to forget about this game. A terrible start to last season, and that kind of set the tone of how we started the campaign last time out. And number two, Brentford have been really good this season. I mean, Ivan Toney has just been picked for the England squad in the last couple of hours. They've trashed teams at home this season. They trashed Leeds by 5 goals at home, and they also trashed Man United by 4 goals at home as well. So they are very good. They've only lost one game this season, so it's not going to be easy at all playing against them. They lost against Fulham away from home 3-2, and even then, they only considered like in the 88th minute or something. So they could easily have been unbeaten so far, and they are eighth on the Premier League table, looking very, very good. But hey, we are top of the table. We still have a chance of staying there as long as as long as we do our job, get some early goals, defend well, and we can enjoy the international break, 2 week international break, top of the table. That will mean like 2 months at the top of the table. That would be great. So, which kind of lineup will Arteta go for in this one? So, at the back, I'm expecting the same. Aaron Ramsdale. I say the same, but the last game against Zurich, we did make changes, but I'm saying same in terms of Premier League lineup. Zinchenko, Gabriel, Saliba, and Ben White. Now, Ramsdale has just been picked for the England squad as well. I'm really happy for him. Gabriel has not in all the Brazilian players. I think that's like an idea from Edu, the Brazilian coach, because no way Jesus wouldn't have been picked, for example. And Ben White has also not been picked for the England squad. Saliba and Zinchenko complete the back four for us. I think that's solid enough against Brentford. They'll definitely need to be at the top of the game. Brentford definitely score goals. Tony has already notched up a hat trick this season. Boemo has scored goals. The likes of Da Silva have scored goals. So it's not going to be an easy game. All these four defenders will need to be at the top of their performances. So someone like Ben White, for me, okay, I want our players to be picked for the international teams, especially at the World Cup. But right now, we can only take it as a positive. The players who are staying back, Gabriel is not going, Ben White is not going, Jesus is not going, Martinelli is not going. So all of them staying back, great for me. I don't have a problem with that at all. They can stay fit and enjoy the break 2 weeks. Because after that, in October, we have some really tough games playing against the likes of Liverpool, Tottenham. So we need all of those players fit. So that's the back four I'm expecting. In terms of midfield, there will be a change. Thomas Partey is back. You could argue if we didn't have the international break and we had like tougher fixtures coming up midweek and next weekend, you might say, you know what, let Partey be on the bench and then next game he can start. But literally, there's no need of that. Literally, he's going to play for Ghana. He's been picked for the Ghana squad, which means he's going to play for them 2 games during the break. So I don't see any point of leaving on the bench and then Ghana use him 90 minutes twice over the international break. He has been playing, he has been training this week, almost the entire week. So he is fit. Hopefully, he can stay fit for the rest of the season. Obviously, the international games, the World Cup, it's very, the chances of him staying fit are very, very less. If he can stay fit for the entire season from now, that would be a huge benefit for us. But obviously, you have to doubt that. It rarely happens, especially now that we have even more games. It's going to be harder and harder. Last season, we only had the Premier League. There was no World Cup, but he still got injured a lot of times. So this season, with like 3 more competitions on top of that, it's crazy. I don't think he can stay fit, but hopefully for this game he can help because Brentford are not easy. I definitely like Partey there. And then Granit Xhaka will continue his role in midfield. He went down with like what looked like a injury against Zurich, but he was okay. And Odegaard, the captain, continues in that position. Fabio Vieira did play against Man United. He came on and he also played against Zurich, but Odegaard obviously is our first team player. Our captain hopefully can have a very good game in this one. Remember, I talked about Brentford beating us last season. You can see the squad has changed. Smith Rowe is out injured. Lokonga, he might start, but I don't think so. Ben White, he will start. The likes of Pablo Mari, Tavares, who are in that game, all of them are gone. So our team will look very, very different. In terms of the front line, I am expecting all the big boys to be back. The guys who were rested against Zurich, Saka and Jesus. Now, as I say, Jesus wasn't picked for the Brazil squad, and Saka has been picked for the England squad. So if we get to win this game early and by the 60th minute or something, I'd be tempted to take off the likes of Saka who are going for the international break, and keep the ones who are going to rest for the 2 weeks in the lineup until the 90th minute, or in the team until the 90th minute. So Saka, at least he opened his account in the last game against Man United. I'm happy with that. Jesus, hopefully can get a goal to increase his number of goals so far this season. And Martinelli on the left, he has been a machine this season. He's been playing every single game so far this season, from the friendly matches in preseason to the Emirates Cup, to the literally every game. He's played in the Europa League as well. He started against Zurich in the Premier League. He has been starting. Obviously, it doesn't help that someone like Smith Rowe is injured. He could help in that position, but good to see Martinelli fit. He also hasn't been picked for the Brazil squad, as I said, so he can rest for the 2 weeks, which is a benefit for us. One of our best players so far this season can rest finally. So that is a squad I'm expecting. I will come to the bench in a couple of minutes. Zinchenko, Gabriel, Saliba, Ben White, and Ramsdale, and then Thomas Partey, Xhaka, Odegaard, Martinelli, Jesus, and Saka up front. That is the squad I am expecting in that one. Not an easy game at all. It's not going to be an easy game. So we definitely need a fast team. We can't afford to rest players or anything like that. That is the team I'm expecting. And then on the bench, since Thomas Partey is back, at least we have an extra name on the bench in Lokonga. So this is a bench I would expect. So Matt Chan, obviously, as the backup goalkeeper, and then 3 fullbacks in Tierney, Tomiyasu, and Cedric. You can think about potentially starting Tomiyasu instead of Ben White, but I think Bernat has been okay in that position. I have no problem with him at all. So Tierney, Tomiyasu, as usual, they can come in the second half of Zinchenko and Ben White. Cedric is also there, and then Rob Holding, in case we need to go to a back five, Holding is the guy for you. And then Lokonga, who might end up starting, and then Partey might be on the bench. But as I said, I don't really see any need. You might think of it a couple of ways. You might think of it, you know what, Partey will still play for Ghana. He's ready. We might as well play him in this game because Brentford is not an easy team. Or you might think of it as, you know what, Ghana are going to use him for 2 games, so let us not use him for this one. Let's have him fresh for the next fixtures after the international break. But let me know, how would you feel about this one? Would you start Partey? Would you leave him on the bench because you're concerned he's going to play twice for Ghana and 3 games in a row like that will get him injured? For me, definitely start him Lokonga on the bench, and then Fabio Vieira hopefully can come on again. Marquinhos scored his first goal in his first Arsenal start against Zurich, so he will be on the bench as well. There's been talks about him going out on loan, but I don't really see any need. He's the backup right there in case we've already gotten the job done. He can come on for Saka for a Premier League experience, for Premier League appearance and experience. And then Eddie Nketiah, as usual, I would expect him to come on. He's done very well coming on the last couple of games, and also against Zurich, just like Marquinhos, both of them got a goal and an assist. So that is a full squad I'm expecting against Brentford. My prediction for the game, I actually think, yes, we lost to Man United, but I actually think I would be more afraid of this game than Man United away, because Man United, I'm not saying they're a terrible team. They beat us by 3 goals, but Brentford, they don't have anything to lose. Like, even if you hear how their coach talks, like, it still feels like they're little Brentford, and they'll go up against any team, and like, it's ready to beat any team, literally. Like, they have a very quick squad, in very good striker in Tony. Their team is also together. Like, when you're facing Man United, we believe that there's still a bit of chaos in the team, but Brentford is not that kind of team. Brentford are all together. They're fired up to go once again. They've already picked up some big wins this season, and also I think the atmosphere at Brentford is more scarier. So there will be 3 games postponed this weekend. The likes of Chelsea, Liverpool, Man United not playing. I know they will have games in hand, but you can increase the pressure on them by adding another 3 points. That will take us to 18 points and top of the table for the international break. I would expect Man City to beat Wolves this weekend. So by Sunday morning, probably Man City will be top of the table. So let's hope we can get this one done. So I'm going to go for Brentford 1, Arsenal 2. I'm going to go for Jesus to score. And then I think that will be his first away goal, if I'm not wrong. He scored twice against Leicester. And I think he scored home goals, right? I don't remember him scoring away goal. Or did he? He didn't score against Crystal Palace, and he also didn't score against Bournemouth. He kind of scored, but it got disallowed. So I actually think yeah, he's not really scored a lot of away goals. I don't think he's even scored one. So I'm going to go for Jesus to score an away goal and Saka to score as well. 2-1. I think they'll score. I think it's going to be a very tight game. 2-1 to us. So let me know your prediction for the match. Let me know who you want to start. Would you start Partey? Would you leave him on the bench? Would you change the fullbacks? Would you start with Ben White or Zinchenko? Or would you bring in Tomiyasu Tierney? Let me know. As of now, thank you for watching, and I'll definitely catch up with you guys on the next one.